All right, how's it going, y'all? Welcome back to Whiskier. Today we have a very special bottle that we're able to find. Shout out to the guy that helped me get this at MSRP, $160 to be exact. I'll be honest with you guys, $160 for this Michter's 10-year. And I didn't know this about it. It is a single barrel. For those of you that don't know, and I heard that the 2023 bottle is absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna just do a full review of this bottle today. It's not gonna be a blind. I know what I'm drinking because I really wanna enjoy this and everything that it has to offer. So pour yourself a glass, let's drink along together, and let's just have a good time, you know, talking about bourbons. It's always fun. And it's kind of like I'm talking with you guys. That's what I kind of want with these tasting videos, is to make it feel like you're a part of this. So pour yourself a glass. I'll give you a second. Yeah, go pour you something. And while I crack this too, ooh, look at that, wax top. Ah. Wait, hold on a second. Dang, it's like this bourbon doesn't want to leave the bottle or something. Cork pop. Ooh, I like that one. That was nice. Real cork too. Don't know if that matters, but anyway. So, yeah, Michter's 10-year. We got to get this poured. I'll be sipping along with Nate behind the camera here. I'm just super excited for this bottle. We're going to give you tasting notes together. It's going to be great. All right, so Nate and I both got this poured up, and I'll say this, for it being fairly low proof, under 100 proof, it's got a great color on it. It looks great. The bottle presentation is fantastic. It's a very sought after bourbon in and of itself. And on the nose, guys, like, wow, it's fantastic. This is very rare in a bourbon or a whiskey that you get no ethanol, and I'm almost getting zero ethanol in this. It just smells so good. This is a dark nose. It's not a super light nose at all. I'm not smelling a whole lot of barrel on this. It's just super sweet, vanilla forward for sure, like a vanilla bean, something that you use in a cake or that type of ingredient. Brown sugar on this, a light brown sugar, like a nice brown sugar. It really reminds me of a dessert, like a nice dark dessert. Let's get into the palate now. That is really good. That is so fantastic. My favorite part of it, if I had to say, because I like to kind of break it down in three parts. Right when a bourbon or a whiskey enters your mouth, that's number one. That's the first part. Number two is as it's going down, the swallow, what it feels in your throat, how are you feeling in your chest, throat, everything. That's number two. Number three is the finish. And to some people, the initial or the finish might be the most important. For me, the one that is tasting and just doing the best, and I'm still tasting it right now, is the finish. It is gorgeous on this bottle. This is really fantastic. For it being 47.2, so 94.4 proof, the viscosity, the mouthfeel that this has is ridiculous. It is crazy to me. This is stuff that I'm getting from George T. Stagg Jr., E.H. Taylor barrel proof type of mouthfeel. Not the harshness, but just it coats every single part of your mouth, even the sides of your mouth. It is really gorgeous. It's a beautiful bourbon. I have nothing wrong to say about this. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine what this would be like at a higher proof, because, and you know, maybe they did try it at a higher proof, but they thought, you know what? I just think that they probably, Michter's, all these bourbon companies, they know what they're doing. They've been in the business for years now, longer than I've been alive and longer than my grandparents have been alive, for some of them. So they know what they're doing. They probably tried a bunch of different proof points and thought, you know what? We're gonna bottle it to be the best, and we think that the best is at this proof point. And it is just so good. Now, another thing that I'd like to point out too is when we're talking, I'll just go over things that you might know. Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace is anywhere from 4 to 8 years old. You see a Baker's single barrel, It's stated at 7 years. However, those tend to be older sometimes. Same thing with Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare has to be at least 10. So even though this bottle says that it is 10 years old, it doesn't mean that from the time they put it in the barrel to the day that they dumped it, it is exactly 10 years old. This could be all the way up to, who knows, 15, 18 years. We really won't know because they don't have any dump date on it at all. I would say that it probably is older than 10 though, based on the notes that I get from it. I am getting, not on the nose, but on the palate, that nice, deep, dark brown sugar oak. A nice oak. But I'm telling you, this has one of the craziest, this is the number one mouthfeel for the lower proof bourbon that I've ever had. I will go out on a limb and say that. It's great. And I would say, you know, go out and try it, go out and buy it, but that ain't gonna be realistic for a lot of us. So I was very lucky, very fortunate enough to get this bottle. If you can't buy one for yourself, call around. There might be some local bars, hotel bars a lot of times might have better bottles. Call around, see if they have this, or one of your buddies might have a sample for you. And if they don't mind sharing, I definitely recommend that you at least get a taste of this. Michter's is something that I recommend all the time as a standard. Their standard bourbon, their American whiskey, their sour mash is a great bourbon for someone just getting into whiskey. And I think if you poured this for someone just getting into whiskey or someone that's been in the whiskey game for a very long time, they're not going to be disappointed with this pour at all. It is fantastic. It really is. And on a scale of 1 to unicorn, I would have to give this a 8.9. The reason that I'm not going to give it a unicorn, which is a 10, is because for me, the higher proof bourbons is something that I've really been digging into recently. And this just, you know, it isn't hitting quite the same as those. However, it's hitting in such a different way that I absolutely love. This is damn near close to a unicorn. 8.9 is a great score for this bottle. It is fantastic. And again, if you can find it at MSRP, I would say go ahead and pull that trigger. If you have the money for it, if this is something you've been looking for, you need to do it. It is just great. Very consistent too, like every single sip is just evolving more and more. The finish is evolving more and more. Now it's just getting even more sweet, more brown sugar. It's fantastic. This bourbon is great. I can't praise it enough. 8.9 is a solid score. So I hope you enjoyed this type of video where we just, you know, we really dive into one single bottle. The blinds are always fun. Guessing on what the bourbons is are always fun, but I also want to really appreciate some of the bourbons and whiskeys that we have. And I know some of you also appreciate these type of videos as well, where we really just dive into the flavor notes, the nose, how much I recommend paying for it, all that, the score on it as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. We're gonna make more. More is coming out, I promise. And don't forget, check out patreon.com/whiskier. On there, we also have reviews that we post. I also do videos where I just film myself, post fun videos. We have a group chat on there. Anybody could basically post anything. Patreon's a great time for $5 a month. Check that out. And Instagram.com or the app, like a lot of us have, Instagram Whiskier. And this is something I haven't shared with a lot of you before, but if you want to follow me personally, I also share whiskey things. Most of the things that I post on Facebook are all about whiskey anyway, but my name is Kaynon Castile, Kaynon Castile. Follow me on Facebook as well. Message me. Let's get to know each other, kind of hang out. I have a lot of groups that I'm a part of. So if you're interested in those things, just hit me up. And I thank you so much for being a part of Whiskier, and we'll see you in the next video.